The man was rushing an unconscious little girl to the hospital when his mother stopped him cold. She was convinced the girl wasn't part of the Hart family and didn't even want him wasting money on her. But then he pulled out another DNA report. His mother and fiancé both went pale. It showed a 99.9% biological match. The report came from Central Hospital and was personally issued by his old college roommate. There was no way it was fake. But just a few days earlier, another report had said the girl had absolutely no biological connection to him. Someone had gone out of their way to make the Hart family believe this child wasn't his. And it all started 5 years ago when a woman suddenly disappeared. 5 years earlier, she was the woman he loved most. Then a sudden car accident left Ethan badly injured and fighting for his life. He needed $200,000 for surgery, and that is when his mother forced Ava to leave him. To save his life, Ava had no choice but to take a $2 million check and leave town. Pregnant, but Ethan saw it differently. As far as he was concerned, Ava had dumped him for money. 5 years later, Ava had become a top designer and was going by the name Mia. By chance, she ended up working at Ethan's company. The second, the two of them ran into each other again. Ethan made sure she knew how much he hated her. Mia knew he never gotten over the way she left, but she couldn't tell him why, so she decided to quit. Except Ethan refused to let her go. He even warned her if she left without permission, he'd used the company's power to make sure she never worked in the industry again. Then he forced her to personally design the wedding jewelry for him and his fiancée, Chloe. He kept saying he hated her, but he clearly could stop caring about her. When it rained, he still drove her home, and the second another guy got too close to her, Ethan was instantly annoyed. Watching all of this, Chloe completely lost her sense of security, and that fake DNA report, that was her doing too. First, she got into Ethan's mother's head and convinced her to secretly collect a hair sample from the little girl. Then Chloe bribed the lab technician and had a fake DNA report made. She wanted everyone to believe that the child Mia brought back wasn't part of the Hart family, and her jealousy just kept getting worse. She had Mia taken somewhere isolated and even threatened to ruin her right hand. But Ethan got there just in time and saved her. When he saw her injured hand, it was the first time he truly felt her pain. But just when he thought maybe he still had a chance with her, Mia called another man, her husband, right in front of him. Ethan was crushed, but Chloe still wasn't done. She kidnapped Mia's daughter, Emma. Inside an abandoned warehouse, she finally bragged about what really happened in that car accident 5 years ago. She had planned the whole thing. Chloe wanted Emma dead. Instead, all she managed to do was tear the two of them apart. At the same time, Ethan tracked them down. Just as Chloe was about to hurt Emma again, Ethan broke in. In the chaos, Emma hit her head and passed out. At the hospital, Ava was desperate. Emma's surgery would cost $500,000, but Ethan didn't hesitate for a second. He handed Ava his bank card. The pin was her birthday, and he told her to use as much money as she needed. 5 years ago, Ava took money and left, and Ethan called her a gold digger ever since. 5 years later, she was standing in that same kind of desperate situation, trying to save her child. This time, Ethan was the one putting the money in her hands, but his mother still believed Ava had been after their money all along. Then the doctor found something else. Emma had a congenital meningioma, and that condition happened to be part of the Hart family's medical history. At that point, Ethan's mother couldn't deny it anymore. The child she'd been trying so hard to push away was actually a Hart, and she finally realized the little girl she had been hurting was actually her own granddaughter. Ethan stood beside Emma's hospital bed. Then he looked at Ava, completely exhausted from trying to come up with the money for their daughter's surgery. For the first time, he realized maybe he never really understood this woman at all. For 5 years, he believed she left him for money, but the whole time, she actually been raising his daughter all by herself. And now he was realizing he lost a lot more than he ever knew. But if Ethan tried to get close to Ava again, would she ever trust him?